So there have been a long gap. I will just recapitulate in 3 or 4 statements about what we have been doing and then proceed with the shloka number 2.2.12. 2.2.12 of Kathopanishad. Namo namaste gurave mahatmani vimukta sangaya saduttamaya nityadvayananda rasasvarupini bhumne sada paradayam budhamne namaste namaste vibho vishwamurte namaste namaste chidanandamurte namaste namaste tapoyogagamya namaste namaste shruti jnanagamya namaste namaste tapoyogagamya namaste namaste shruti jnanagamya. Hari Om. That's it. We will do the Shanti mantra of Kathopanishad. Om Sahana Vavatu.
Om Sahana Vavatu.
Sahano Bhunaktu.
Sahano Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om. That's it. Jai Guru. So, in the last few shlokas, that is from 2.2.9, 10, 11, the major points to be remembered is that Atma is one, not many. It is not fragmented by the body, mind, personality. That is the idea of Atma in each body, different from one another. That's not a spiritual concept, we should remember. The spirituality in Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, or entire Vedanta, the Atma we are speaking of is not even in the objective field, so there is no question of any division there. It's the only thing which is non-causal, which is beyond one even, so to say, and unfragmented, unaffected. This is the first point. The second point is that the whole world variety is an appearance in the Atma. That is, all the different body personalities we are seeing, they are appearances on the same Atma. And for that the Upanishad had taken the examples, as we studied, of fire, then Vayu, which is actually representing the life forces, then We can think of sunlight also, the third one. That is, the energy is manifesting through the different variety in the world. Whatever it is manifesting through, it is taking that shape. We have discussed it in detail. Similarly, life also, as it is manifest through the different personalities, it takes different forms. Similarly, sunlight we don't know. We don't see sunlight. We see only the objects revealed by sunlight. But sunlight is there. Suppose we have an object, not here. Here sunlight will come through the scattering of the air molecules and all. Suppose in the space we have something and it is shining with the sunlight. Now if you put a block here, then it will become absolutely dark. It will not get the sunlight at all. So we understand that the sun is a cause for illuminating this. But truly speaking, as we imagine that the sunlight is coming and radiating on the object, any such light coming we don't see. If we had seen, then the whole space would not have been dark. It would have been lit with the light. We don't see directly the light. But all other objects are lit by sunlight. So the whole world variety as it appears also, it is appearing on the consciousness, the Atma. So the Atma is taking the shape of this, but actually it is not that the Atma is having different forms. It is only revealing the forms, and all the forms, if we go another step higher in the knowledge, they are also all Atma. There is no difference at all. The third point we saw, over that, this is also very important. All these three, one is that Atma is one and unfragmented. The second, the whole world variety is appearing on Atma. And the third point is, the Atma never gets affected by anything it creates. The whole display of the energy, tremendous, unimaginable energy, everything is happening. It's all a play taking place on the Atma. But the Atma never gets affected by anything at all. Our general concept of Murti Puja, the Kali Murti we have conceived of, is with this idea that you can see Shiva lying on the floor still, he is not active. Whereas Kali is representing tremendous activity, she is standing on Shiva. So our vision is completely obstructed by the tremendous activity in the fragmented form, in the variety that is going on, and we miss the Atma, non-affected, non-changing Atma lying behind this activity. So this unaffectedness of Atma is very important, because in the whole effort for self-realization, we are trying to become that Atma. We are already, but we don't know, so we don't behave like that. As the other day we said that we are all gunadhina. Gunadhina means we are slave to the gunas. Gunas, the three gunas, they are, the Prakriti is constituting of the three gunas. The whole Prakriti, whole nature is a play of the gunas. Now, we are always affected, we are always attracted, repelled by the guna activities. So, we are slave to the Prakriti, slave to the gunas. Whereas, the Atma is gunatita. It is transcending gunas, and we can say gunadhisha also. That is, it is as if it is the controller of the gunas. So this also we should remember. I had given so many examples. Suppose in the cinema, in the film, which is taking place on a screen, there is so much of sukha, dukkha, fear, anger, war, bombing, everything is taking place in the cinema, and we are getting affected by that. Our mind is completely absorbed in that, but nothing happens to the screen on which the whole play, world play is going on. It is just like that, that the substratum doesn't get affected at all. It's all a play of light. So it is like the screen, and as an example. Similarly, you can say even the projected light, which is passing through the film also, and it is creating all that image, everything is being done through that. But the light actually does not undergo any change. It is only appearing as the whole story. So it is in a way gunadhisha also, because that light, as it passes through the different films, it creates all the differences on the screen. And you can say that the screen is gunatita because it doesn't get affected by any of the gunas that goes displayed on the screen. Now the question is that all this we have learnt about the Atma, that Atma is unaffected, Atma is all-pervading, Atma is one, whatever we may say, or say Brahman and Atma is one, all these we have learned. But what is the benefit? What is the benefit of that learning? Nothing will happen by knowing that the Atma is like this, Brahman is like this. We will only have some knowledge of it, that there is something called Atma, it is like this, or consciousness, it is like this, Brahman, it is like this, and the two are the same. So, to have the benefit of this, we have to know as that Atma is not different from our own identity. This is the important point here. Otherwise, there is no benefit in knowing what is Atma and what is Brahman. So the Upanishad also, after saying that this is what the Atma is, this is what the Atma is creating, even before that 2.2.8 also, it says that it produces everything according to the desire of the people, remaining unaffected, remaining unchanged, it produces all the varieties according to the desire of each person. That also we have studied. So, here from this shloka, they are using repeatedly tam atmastham, that word will come. Tam atmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha. That those who come to know as this Atma as their own identity, atmastham actually means seated in the Atma, who is seated in our own identity. Actually it is not seated, it is we are that. Those who know we are that, then what happens? Whatever unaffectedness, whatever all-pervadingness, whatever non-fragmentedness, all those things become my own, that property, the dharmas of that I. So there lies all the difference. So the Upanishad is going step by step. First he discussed, because we find it very difficult to understand the oneness of the Atma itself, because we are used to interact with all the variety of the objects. Now once that is cleared, then our problem will be that how can anything remain unaffected while displaying all these things? That is the second problem. Even all these are known after that also, unless that Atma is what I am, if it doesn't come, then the whole learning becomes useless. So that is the crux of the whole realization, that we have to identify all these properties with ourselves. Then only the Atma, the knowledge of the Atma will become fructified, will become fruitful. So we will start from this verse 2.2.12. Eko vashi sarvabhutantaratma.
एको वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा.
एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति.
एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति.
तमात्मस्थं येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः.
तमात्मस्थं येनु पश्यन्ति धीराः.
तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषां
तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषाम्
एको वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
एको वशी सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा
एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति
एकं रूपं बहुधा यः करोति
तमात्मस्थं येन पश्यन्ति धीराः
तमात्मस्थं येन पश्यन्ति धीराः
तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषां
तेषां सुखं शाश्वतं नेतरेषाम्.
We will try to understand each word. They are all quite pregnant with deep meaning. But before that, tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Tesham, for them, sukham shashvatam. Their sukha is shashvata. Shashvata means eternal. Na itaresham. Not for anybody else. So, only saying that their sukha is eternal, the Upanishad doesn't stop. Na itaresham, not for anybody, anyone else. Why we will understand. Going deep into the words, we will understand why it is. And this line you will find will be repeated in the next verse also. I have said that whenever something is very important in concept, they repeat it. In the second shloka also, the second line is the same. Tam atmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha tesham sukham. In place of sukham, they have used shantihi. Shashvati netaresham. For them the peace is eternal, not for anybody else. Now, eko, ekaha. This we have been repeatedly telling that the Atma is not many, not many, not many. Although people don't accept also. Not understanding is another point. Nobody accepts. How can it be, Swamiji? Then why is it said that the Atma goes from here to there, etc.? I have discussed quite a lot about it. Now he says one is the Atma, ekaha, then vashi. Vashi means the controller. That everything else is under his control. Why vashi? Because without the Atma, nothing can exist. Atma is the revealer of everything. So anything to exist, it has to be revealed. And without the Atma, it cannot be revealed. So Atma is independent, but all other things are dependent on the Atma. So actually the Atma is the controller of everything in that sense, because anything can go non-existent, but nothing happens to the Atma. But Atma has to be there to make anything existing. So that is why they have used the word vashi. You will find that this word comes in many places, particularly in Shvetashvatara and in other Upanishads also. Sarva bhutantaratma. See, they have used singular. If they had meant that everybody has a different Atma, then they would have used plural. He is saying the Atma which is the inmost reality of all the beings. Sarva bhutantaratma, ekaha. And he is the controller, he is the vashi. Without him, nothing can exist. Ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti. Ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti. The one is being expressed as many. Bahudha means manifold. Now it is in Shvetashvatara, you will find that eko bijo they have. Ekam bijam. Just one second. Eko vashi, in Shvetashvatara, it is the 6th chapter, 12th verse. Eko vashi nishkriyanam bahunam ekam bijam bahudha yah karoti tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. The second line is same in Shvetashvatara also. Eko vashi nishkriyanam bahunam. This is a little different from that. Why nishkriyanam bahunam? All other things are actually, they don't know anything. It is the Atma which is making us know. You see that I have said so many times, the computer can do much more, the artificial intelligence, the robot or the computer can do much more than what a human being can do. It can. But at the same time, the poor computer or the robot doesn't know what it is doing. It is not revealed to them. Unless that Atma is revealed, if the Atma's reflection is there in the buddhi, and it becomes aware of the things, they remain as jada. Our whole body, mind, buddhi, everything is really speaking jada. It is only the Atma's reflection in that which is making us alive and so-called really kriyavan. Otherwise we are all nishkriya. They are just objects playing according to the gunas. So in that, this one consciousness is the only controller of the entire operating universe. Ekam bijam bahudha yah karoti. See, it is not that in a tree, when you have the seeds, bija means seed. For each tree you have to have a seed. You put a seed, from that a tree comes. Another seed, another tree comes. It is not like that. From the one seed, that manifold creation has come to be. If you consider it as a seed, actually it is not the seed. But to explain that, it is not divided in the same thing, same seed. The whole universe is created from the same seed. Ekam rupam, let us come back to the Kathopanishad. Ekam rupam bahudha yah karoti. Tam atmastham ye anupashyanti dhiraha. Ye dhiraha anupashyanti. Tesham sukham shashvatam netaresham. Dhiraha, I have earlier also said in the second chapter of Kathopanishad, there was something called Dhiraha and Mandaha. I think the sloka number is 1.2.2. The first section, second chapter, second sloka. Dhiraha and Mandaha. Who is a Dhiraha? I said that it has got two etymological definitions. One is Dhyam Ireti iti Dhiraha. Another is Dhyam Rati iti Dhiraha. Both together it means the real Dhiraha. Dhiraha means a knower, a vivekin, a wise person, basically. Now, Dhyam Irayati means one whose buddhi is always active. It is not idle. You look into yourself, you will find most of the time our intelligence is jada. It is inactive. It's not doing, it's not thinking, it's not applying itself. Person, a viveki person, his buddhi will always be very sharp and active. It will always discriminate. It will always decide. It will look into the outside world. It will look into the inside world. All the thoughts, all the emotions rising in the mind, nothing will go unnoticed. People generally do not see at all. Their buddhi is so lazy that they don't know what is happening in their mind. They have some expressions. They will say that, Swamiji, I don't know why I am behaving like that. You know, you only will know why you are behaving like that. Look into yourself, you will know. So for a seeker, spiritual seeker, the buddhi has to become always very sharp, active and revelatory. That every moment, anything rising in the mind, any wrong or right or good or noble or bad, everything will be known by the buddhi. Similarly, outside also, in others' face also, what are changes taking place? The buddhi should be sharp enough to observe. So, Irayati means churning the buttermilk, like that his buddhi is always churned, his buddhi is always active, always discriminative. And Dhyam Rati means whose buddhi is a friend to himself. Generally our intelligence may take us to the wrong path also, put us into the ditch. But for a dhiraha, the intelligence will always behave in a friendly manner, keeping him firm on the auspicious path. Whenever we tend to go out of the auspicious path because of sensory attraction or mental certain yeshana, that is the desires of the mind, we are tending to go out of the path. The buddhi will say, no, this is not the path. You are going wrong way. It will tell whether we listen or not, it is different. We may neglect, we may not heed to the buddhi. But adhira will be one whose buddhi will always be active, will always be discriminating and always telling which is right and which is wrong. So, he says that dhiraha anupashyanti, ye dhiraha tam atmastham anupashyanti. Tam means that Atma or the Brahman or the consciousness or the truth that it is the Upanishad is speaking about. When the dhira, he sees the Atma seated in his Atma, there is no meaning that Brahman is seated in his Atma, the truth is seated in his Atma. It is not really seated, but that means it is his identity. So normally we will think of God, think of the Supreme also as different from ourselves. You look into your mind, whenever you pray, you will think that either your Guru is listening from outside or your God is hearing from outside. Your mind will always think of something different from you. That is, you yourself, you will think as small human being sitting here, and he is praying to God. So for them it is not. It will not be, sukha cannot be shashvata. For them the sukha will come. Suppose he has a vision of God, then he will be sukha. Next moment that vision will not be there because God is sometimes something outside. He will come and go, come and go. So naturally that sukha will be short-lived. So any sukha which is coming from a second, that means from an object, from an objective situation, or from some concept, from some recognition, idea, anything which is different from you, it is bound to be short-lived. It can never be permanent. So, such sukha cannot be shashvata sukha. Shashvata means eternal. Only the Atma Sukha, Atmananda can be Shashvata or eternal. Why? Because it is not a Sukha you are getting in coming in contact with anything, either listening to a music or eating some food. It is not that kind of a Sukha. It is the property of your soul, property of yourself, property of your true identity. Swarupananda. Swarupa means our own real identity. That Ananda is the property of that. And if the Swarupa, the Atma is something eternal which is not changing at all, then that corresponding Sukha also will not change. So any Sukha coming from any changeful existence will always be short-lived. It cannot be eternal at all. We have to understand that, we have to accept it. The Sukha becomes eternal only when we know ourselves to be eternal, that is our real identity to be eternal, and that identity itself always radiates the Sukha. It is the property of that identity, not even property, it is the Swarupa of this identity. So that is the Sukha which is eternal. Who will get it? Who has discovered this Brahman or the truth or the consciousness as his own identity. He will only know. Others, if you see that you discover some God somewhere, he will come and go. Correspondingly, your Sukha also will come and go. Is it understandable? Tam ye dhiraha tam atmastham anupashyanti. Anupashyanti, this is another word. Generally we use the pashya verb to be seeing. Naturally here it is not seeing with the eyes. It is realizing, it is seeing with the buddhi or whatever it is. Now here it is used in a very special sense. Anupashyanti. Anu means following something. Dhiraha pashyantina. Dhiraha anupashyanti. What is this anu? Following what? Following this vichara. Following the atmanatma vichara. Following what is that atma and what is anatma. By constantly dealing with it, dealing with it, dealing with the truth, dealing with the truth. When the Atma, our mind starts becoming the Atma, when the Atma rises within us, the real Atma, Atma Rupa rises within, then you see, that is anupashyanti, following the vichara, following this viveka, following this sadhana, the dhiraha, plural is there, dhiraha, see. Now what is this kind of a seeing? It is not seeing with any of the indriyas, that means seeing or hearing or in contact with any of the sense organs. It's not like that. So whatever is in front of our sense organs, we call it pratyaksha. Pratyaksha means prati aksha, seated before, appearing before our aksha, means the sense organs, eyes or any other sense organs. That is direct perception is pratyaksha. The other perception we have is aparoksha, that is indirect, or which is in English we call it inference. Most of our scientific truths are actually inference. It is depending on some direct perception, but what we say is inference. Even about the electron, proton, they are all inference. We think that they are all particle and we have seen them. No, it's not like that. Depending on what we see, we have inferred, we have analyzed their behavior and said that it might be like this, having a positive charge, this must be like this, having a negative charge, this must not be having any charge, and so many other things have gone into. Finally, they are not particle at all, so many things. These are all inferences. It is called paroksha. That means depending on some direct perception, we infer, we analyze and infer. In our Shastras, we have a third kind of perception, which is neither pratyaksha nor paroksha. We call it aparoksha. Aparoksha. It is direct knowledge. Suppose you have mind. Can you see it with your eyes or can you perceive it with any of your 5 organs? No. That you have a mind. Do you have to infer from other things that this happened, that happened, so I must be having mind? So if I should prove you that this is this, so you don't have your mind, will you accept? You will say, no, I know I have my mind. Others' mind we may have to infer that this cat is also behaving like this, its expressions are somewhat like us, like this, or this monkey is behaving like this, there is some affection, etc. These are all inferences. Seeing the behavior, we are inferring that the cat or the monkey or anybody else or the human being, they are also having mind. But for you, the mind is a direct knowledge. Now, in this case, we are using the aparoksha in a very special sense. It is when there is no separation at all, no other thing at all. The Atma reveals itself. That I am, it is nothing else can reveal it. Sun cannot reveal my Atma. Any light cannot reveal my Atma. Any indriyas cannot reveal my Atma. Any argument you give to deduce that this is my Atma. No. It can be proved in the other manner also. You have a direct conviction that aham pratyaya gocharaha, we say. That I am is a pratyaya. It is a direct conviction. So when all other things are removed, we don't look for anything else, then the The Atma reveals itself. It is an aparoksha revelation. So when the dhiraha sees the truth as his own identity within himself, or we can say within himself as his own identity by aparoksha, it's an aparoksha realization, then only tesham sukham shashvatam na itaresham. When he sees like that, then he comes to know that it is Sadananda, it is Satchidananda, all these things come there. And because it is eternal, that identity is eternal, whatever sukha is associated with it, it is also eternal. So I have found that people get quite disillusioned, that they thought that the sukha, Atma sukha will be like the sukhas we have when we eat very good things or hear very good music or the normal, usual other sukhas we have from the world. No, Atma sukha is when you do not have the world. It is altogether opposite. When nothing of the world is there, then the Atma sukha can be felt. Actually, it can be felt thereafter also, but the discovery of the Atma sukha first will happen when you don't have any other thing to take your attention away from that, when there is no second. So there is lot of meaning in each word here. And that is why they are saying that adhiraha, only adhiraha can see. But it is not only one. He is not saying, the Rishi is not saying that I have seen, you cannot see. Or I have seen. They are saying all the dhiras will see. That is, it is available for everybody provided you pursue. You want it, you yearn for it, you pursue it, it is available to you also. You will become a dhira and you will see the consciousness, the Atma, the Brahman as Atmastham within yourself. How will you see? Not a vision or anything. It's a aparoksha perception. It's a direct perception in your within. Now that perception, when it is understood by the buddhi, it becomes an object of the buddhi. It becomes a vritti. Then we will say it Brahma Vitti and all. Otherwise, there is no vritti. All the vrittis, they get merged in this. What is this kind of perception? I have told you so many times about the mirror, about some other, many other examples also. It is always there. But how is it that we are always missing it? Everything we are experiencing is because of this consciousness. But how is it that we are missing the consciousness? Where lies the difference? That Upanishad in the further shlokas will discuss. So, here mark the words. One is Vashi. I have explained why the Atma is called Vashi. Because without this nothing can exist. All other things are dependent on this, whereas this is independent prakasha, it is independent revelation. Atmastham, that this truth is found, is realized in our own self. Anupashyanti, it is following vichara. When the buddhi becomes pure, the mind becomes pure, it is following the viveka buddhi, we perceive it as not different from ourselves. That is, there is no duality, it is beyond duality. Then it is an aparoksha perception. We also call it asparsha yoga. That is, when there is no sparsha. Sparsha means two things are coming in touch. In this case, there is no sparsha at all. It's direct perception or pratyaya. Dhiraha, I said that. Dhiraha, explain what is it. Then shashvatam sukham. How the sukha becomes shashvata, eternal. The Atmananda becomes eternal. Now let us go to the next verse. It is very little differences there. 2.2.13. Nityo nityanam chetanascetananam
Nityo nityanam chetanascetananam
eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman
eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman
tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha
tamatmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha
tesham shanti shashvati netaresham
tesham shanti shashvati netaresham.
Nityaha anityanam. That Nityaha means which is unchanging, which is always beyond time, which transcends time. That means unchanging, which is beyond causality also. Anityanam means in amongst the many anitya objects, that is transient appearances, amongst many infinite number of transient appearances, this is the only Nitya. This I have been telling you right from the beginning, that if you look for anything unchanging, you cannot find it in the created world. Because creation means something is getting born, and something will die, and something is undergoing change. So these three properties will always be there in the objective world. So I mentioned that objectude. In the objectude, there cannot be anything unchanging, anything eternal, anything immortal, anything non-causal. All are causal, they are undergoing the change, and that is why they are within the time and space. So here he is saying that amongst the infinite number of anitya, this is the nitya. That means which transcends time, which transcends change, which is eternal. Chetanas chetananam. Chetanaha chetananam. We generally refer to our body, mind, personality as chetana. That is, they are all conscious like that. He is saying that this is the actual consciousness or conscious in all the Chetana beings, all the conscious objects are called conscious personalities. The real Chetana is only one. The consciousness is only one, and that is being manifest through all the so-called conscious objects. So if this consciousness is not manifest through them, the others will become just objects. They cannot have any conscious appearance. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. Being one, he is satisfying everybody in this world, all kinds of animals, insects and what not, infinite variety. They are all having their life according to their own desire. Vidadhati kaman. Those who want something, desire something, according to that, all these are produced by this one only, not undergoing any change. These are all mysterious, but I have been explaining again and again, even in Mundaka Upanishad also, how something is producing infinite variety without undergoing any change. Our mind is an example that how many thoughts, how many pictures, how many dreams from the birth it has been producing. But nothing has happened to the mind. It can still produce infinite number of objects in it. Because the ultimate creation is appearing in the consciousness. As I said, it's a vivatta srishti. There is no material. All the material are only appearing in the consciousness. So it is possible It is not possible to think of it in the causal world. Something from the material, if you take, material srishti will always be cause and effect, cause and effect. It is under the chain of cause and effect. If you look for the ultimate cause, there cannot be any cause. The whole universe, the causal universe, is appearing in that consciousness. It's just appearing as vivarta srishti, as apparential srishti. That is why it is possible. Eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. Earlier also they have said that it is satisfying many by producing the corresponding desired object, by fulfilling them by their desires. Tam atmastham yenu pashyanti dhiraha tesham shantihi shashvati netaresham. Not for others. Now here instead of sukha, they are using the word shanti. Now in many places in Shastras you will find that what is that sukha? How to express it? And they will say that it cannot be expressed. The Atma sukha, one who has it, he will only understand. Others will not. It is not possible to describe it by any means at all. So we sometimes say it is sukha, sometimes say it is shanti, and in most of the times we refer to it as ananda. What is that ananda? It has to be a feeling, some sort of a fulfillmental joy, or it's not a joy which will make you excited or anything, but it will give a cool, peaceful shanti also. So these are words used for that. Eternal. Tesham shanti shashvati. Shanti is Strilinga, so it is Shashvati here. So their Shanti is eternal. All other Shanti, which is depending, all other peace, which is depending on the circumstances. Your Shanti is depending on whatever you have expected, whatever you have wanted, you have got. Then you have the peace. If something goes around, if a war is around, if some people are killing each other, then the Shanti is lost. So that kind of a Shanti cannot be eternal. We should not think that we are speaking of that kind of a Shanti. A Shanti which is eternal will be always there, whether there is war, war, yes, that is okay. Death, yes, okay. Birth, yes, okay. Something great happening, coming, yes, okay. Something going, then also it is okay. He is never affected, never disturbed by anything happening in the world. Generally our Shastras say, knower, if one day all the sea, all the oceans become dry, the water goes away from all the oceans, he will not be surprised. He will not be affected. Yam labdhva chaparam labham manyatena adhikam tataha yasmin sthitona dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. Bhagavad Gita. By remaining stable in that, even the greatest calamitous dukkha also will not be able to destabilize it. How? Because of his stability in that eternal self. Because it is eternal, all the corresponding, call it shanti, call it sukha, call it ananda, that is also eternal. In any situation it is there. He will shed tears, he will smile, he will laugh, but nothing will affect that shanti or the sukha. Now let us go to a very interesting mantra. That is 2.2.14. 14. Tadetaditi manyante
Tadetaditi manyante
anirdeshyam paramam sukham
Anirdeshyam paramam sukham
Tadetaditi manyante
Tadetaditi manyante
anirdeshyam paramam sukham
Anirdeshyam paramam sukham
Katham nu tadvijaniyam
Katham nu tadvijaniyam
Kimu bhati vibhati va
किमु भाति विभाति वा
तदेतदिति मन्यन्ते
तदेतदिति मन्यन्ते
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखम्
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखं
कथं नु तद्विजानीयाम्
कथं नु तद्विजानीयाम्
किमु भाति विभाति वा
किमु भाति विभाति वा.
He says tat etat iti manyante. Tat etat iti manyante. Iti manyante means the knowers. They have said earlier that the dhiraha. What do the dhiraha say? The knowers say tat etat iti manyante. That is this. What is the difference? All of us are thinking of God as that, thinking of the Supreme as that, even thinking of the Atma also as that, the consciousness as that. Those who are dhiraha, those who have got the anirdesha, those who have got the shashvati, shashvatam sukham, shashvati shanti, they say tat etad. Don't ever say that it is that, it is different from you and it is far away and you are limited and this truth has to be searched outside, far away from you. No, that is this. It is this means not even this, different from me, it is I am. Now, whenever we are saying that is what I am, there is a confusion, not confusion, there is a true doubt that if you say Aham Brahmasmi, etc., the Advaita mantras, then your ego will enhance and you will be led to the wrong path because you are thinking the Brahman on which the whole universe is appearing to be. How can I say I am that? It's true, you cannot say you are that. But it is said for a seeker also, not only for a knower, with a certain meaning, certain purpose. What is that? By saying, you will find in rituals, they use this mantra as a purificatory mantra. Even in, everybody uses the mantra, Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Havi, Brahma Agno, Brahmanahutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. That means, has he realized that everything is Brahman? He has not realized. But why is he chanting? Many people will say that it is wrong to chant, don't chant. Yes, it is true that if you chant it claiming that I am Brahman, then there is something wrong. But if you chant it to purify yourself, in all the rituals these mantras are used to purify ourselves. Even when we are using the firewood for the yajna, we established Aditya in that. Why? We are always trying to expand our mind from the small objects to universality. That the power, the energy of Aditya is concealed in that firewood also. I am trying to take out that fire from the firewood. Where from it has come? From the one source of everything. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi. Everything is that. So whenever we are doing, we understand that in our daily life we have to do small things. We have to interact with various people. We have to interact with everything. We have to take food. We have to go to the market. But every moment we are trying to make that small action connected to the infinite truth, to the universal truth. And by that what is happening? Our mind is expanding and going beyond the small asakti, small clinging, small ragadvesha, hatred, everything we are overcoming by incorporating, by inducing universality in us, by getting connected to the ultimate source. Now where is that? It is right in our within. It is that I in us. We may not know it. We might not have realized it. But we are trying to always getting connected to it. And one day through that process we get connected to it. So there is nothing wrong provided we understand we are using like this. So, the knowers, they say, tad etat, that is this. What is this? That anirdeshyam paramam sukham. They are talking about the ultimate supreme sukha, supreme ananda, the supreme joy, supreme delight. What is that? Anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam meant which cannot be specified. If something is visible to the eyes, smellable or audible, we can specify that. Or say jaggery. If you eat jaggery, you can know the taste of it. Without eating, however much you describe, you cannot. But once you know the jaggery, something else, you will say that it is the taste of a... Have you eaten jaggery? It is like the taste of a jaggery. So you give some example to specify. Otherwise, you have to taste everything to know what it is. Now, all other objective sukhas can be specified. It has certain dharma, it has certain guna. You can specify that. In this case, this paramam sukham, the supreme sukha, the supreme delight, you cannot describe it by anything. Only a person who has got it will be able to know it. It is this. So he says that the knowers, tat etaditi manyante anirdeshyam paramam sukham, that which is that paramam sukham, the ultimate eternal sukha, shanti, ananda. They are saying it is not that is this here itself. They know it. Tad etad means they know about it. They are not saying hearsay. It is not that they have listened to the Shastras, this is the paramam sukham. It is not that you have inferred from something that this happened, that happened. When I saw my guru, his face was absolutely sparkling and all, oh, so that is the param sukha. These are all inferences. The real description, you have to have it to say. That aparoksha has to be there. Then only you can say that is this. Otherwise you cannot describe because it is anirdeshya. Katham nu tad vijaniyam. Then how to know that? Katham nu is an abhyaya pada, that is how indeed we will know. Katham nu tad vijaniyam. How will we know what is that sukha? Those who know, they are saying it is anirdeshyam. But as a seeker, for me, how will I know? Katham nu tad vijaniyam. Kimu bhati vibhati va. Does it shine? Here they have used two words, bhati and vibhati. Bhati means a common prakasha, common manifestation. That is it always manifest? Well, it is yes and no. Because it is always manifest. Without it, nothing can manifest, nothing can be revealed, because the consciousness is revealing everything. It is revealing the external world, revealing the thoughts, revealing the emotions, and revealing the no signal state of sleep also. When we are in deep sleep, there is no world, nothing at all. But that there is nothing, that nothingness is revealed by this consciousness alone. So it is revealing everything. It is the common substratum of everything. But we are not normally coming to know. How will you know if it is not manifest? Vibhati ba. This vibhati can mean various ways. Is it becoming manifest through various forms and all? Can we know it? Well, forms, everything we see, we accept that yes, consciousness is revealing everything. Even then we are not having the clear idea about the consciousness. So it is vibhati, but we are not knowing what is appearing as the differential. Vibhati means vishesha rupena, vishishta rupena bhati. Bhati means just prakasha. And vibhati means vishishta rupena bhati. Say, when a person in samadhi comes to know that it is a prakasha and prakasha alone, then also we will call it bhati. And when he finally finds that there is nothing other than the Atma, everything we see around you interact with, they are all appearances in the Atma, they are also Atma. Then we say it is vibhati. That means it is bhati, it is vibhati both. It is sadharana rupena bhati and vishishta rupena bhati. Both are there. But we are asking that if it is everywhere manifest, then how we are not coming to know of it? How will we know about it? And can it become vibhati also through the process of this? Another meaning you can say, vibhati means can it ever become buddhigrahya? That means one is in samadhi, it is revealed, you know. Okay. Then can it become a buddhigrahya, means graspable by the intelligence? Whenever anything is graspable by the intelligence, then it becomes a vritti of the buddhi, it becomes an object of the buddhi. Can it become that we can know? Yes, that is also. The answer to everything is yes and no. We have to understand how yes and how no. So I like this verse very much. There are some such beautiful verses. The Shvetashvatara Upanishad, it ends with a mantra which says that the day a person will be able to wrap up the sky like a skin. So they used to use skin for wearing or asana. So skin always we are folding. So like that, the day a person will be able to fold the whole sky like a skin, then without knowing the truth, he will get the Shashvata Ananda. He will be freed of dukkha even without knowing the truth. That means it is impossible, what they want to say. Can you fold the sky like a skin? You cannot. So they are saying that equally impossible to have dukkha nivritti without knowing the truth. That means to have the dukkha nivritti, you have to know the truth, the eternal. That is what Narada also said. I have told you so many times the story. He said that I have known all the mantras, all the Vedas, all the Vedangas, all kinds of Vidyas, everything I know, but I am only a mantra vid. I am not Atma vid. How do you know that you are not Atma vid? Tarati shokam Atma vid. Narada said, Tarati shokam Atma vid. A person who has known his self, he crosses over shoka, depression, grief. The moment the mind becomes depressed, know that you have lost the Atma Yoga. As long as the mind is anchored in the Atma, is resting in the Atma, is stabilized in the Atma, you will not have shoka, you will not have depression. There can be dukkha, any amount of dukkha, but in such a dukkha also you will not have depression. So, in reply to this, now the last mantra of this chapter is saying, Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam,
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम्
nema vidyuto bhanti kutoyamagnih,
नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः
tameva bhantamanubhati sarvam,
तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम्
tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati.
तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति.
This is our Arati mantra. Generally we do Arati. Because what do we do in Arati? It's a ritual. So far, whoever is there, the pujari or others, we light a camphor and show the lamp. The purpose is to show the face of the idol, so that we can see the face of the idol by the lamp, by the light radiated by the camphor, deepam. So while showing the arati like this in front of the idol, we are chanting the truth. What is that? Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. It can have two kinds of meaning, both mean the same. Nema vidyuto bhanti kuto ayam agnihi. Even the sun cannot reveal the truth. Can sun reveal the truth? The truth can reveal the sun. The consciousness reveals the sun. If the consciousness is not there, how will the sun be known? Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam. Even the moon and the star, they have light, we say they give the prakasha. So with their light we are seeing many things. Suppose you want to see the sun. Will you hold a lamp near the sun? Huh? If you hold a lamp, will the sun be seen a little more clearly? Because sun is the real prakasha. There the lamp, it gets completely merged with the light. Like that, here, that light is revealing everything in the world. Neither the sun can reveal that truth, nor the moon, nor the stars, nor even the lightning which suddenly in the darkness reveals so many things. That also has to be revealed by consciousness. Kuto ayam agnihi. Then where is the question of this fire? Say either the deepam or the jajna fire, whatever. Where is the question of that fire showing the real truth? We are showing the idol, that's all. We are showing it and saying that real truth, don't look outside. And everybody knows, because when they are really devoted, they get into the depth of it. They close their eyes. If the God is there, why should they close their eyes? That means they are seeing within. They are seeing God within. So, nema vidyuto bhanti kuto ayam agnihi. Tam eva bhantam anubhati sarvam. When that shines, the consciousness shines, all others are anubhati, following that is with the light of the consciousness, they are all revealed, they are all manifest. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. It is his light, the truth, the light of the truth that lights up everything. Everything gets the radiation, everything gets revealed. So, whatever we are seeing, whether it is bhati or vibhati or anubhati, all are the same. All the bhasa belongs to the consciousness, the Atma alone. With that, this chapter is ending. I think, I don't know whether next week I will be able to take the class. I am going for some cataract operation. So maybe there will be a gap of about almost 1 month or so. I don't know. That has to be seen depending on the situation. So actually I wanted to finish this chapter today. I had doubt whether I will be able to, that how much in depth we will go and we will get lost. We did not know. So somehow I could finish it. It's not that everything we have to study. I say always that, but finally towards the end I started taking all the shlokas one by one. Some of the shlokas in the next chapter I have already taken also. Let us see how we go about it. Finally it ends with the real truth. What is that? Yada sarve pramuchyante kamayasya hridishritaha athamatyo amrito bhavati atra brahma samashnute. Yada sarve pravidyante hridasyeha grandhayaha athamatyo amrito bhavati etavadhyanuशासनम. Ultimately it is that desire, all the desires seated in the depth of the heart, when all of them are cleansed, they are removed. Here itself the mortal man becomes immortal. Here itself he gets filled with the Brahma, with the truth of Brahman. When all the ego, the knots of ego of the heart are broken, here itself the mortal man becomes immortal. Up to this is what we have learned from our teachers. This last point is very important. Etavat hi anusasanam. He is there. Up to this indeed is the anusasanam. Following the shasana, we have learned the truth. What is the shasana? The Guru gives the shasana, gives the discipline. We follow the discipline. By that, we become what the Guru wanted us to become. By that, we come to know whatever we know. So it is with humility we accept that the knowledge is coming down through the Guru Parampara. With that we end. Okay. Om Sahana Vavatu.
Om Sahana Vavatu.
Sahano Bhunaktu.
Sahano Bhunaktu.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Tejasvinavadhitamastu.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Ma vidvishavahai.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.